Layoffs and the government shutdown could be threatening services that support some of the most vulnerable students in special education.
The U.S. Department of Education recently made staffing cuts, and the reduction is raising questions about possible impacts for families here in Washington. Fox 13's Frankie Thompson got some answers from our state superintendent.
Come December 9th, 466 people will lose their jobs in the U.S. Department of Education. The agency already took a big hit when the Trump administration reduced nearly half of its workforce back in March.
And right now, your state is the one that's going to protect those civil rights because it looks like the federal administration is trying to back away from that.
Chris Rakedahl, Washington State Superintendent, says part of the Education Department is the Office of Special Education Programs. It's responsible for safeguarding the civil rights of students with disabilities. But now that the office has been gutted due to layoffs announced by the White House, Rakedahl says he fears for the legal protections for students.
The downside is if there's a really significant case that should involve the federal government coming in to try to do corrective action on a school district or a nonprofit provider or something, that doesn't look like that's going to be there.
These cuts are also raising questions among Washington families about the special education services their child receives. Rakedahl says the state has the funding and resources needed to provide those programs, at least for now.
So there's a lot of anxiety out there, and I just want families to know that right now the money's flowing in this office, my office. We are fully committed to the work of civil rights, especially for students with disabilities, and right now we have the resources to do that.
In a post to X, U.S. Education Secretary Linda McMahon says the layoffs are a step towards reducing unnecessary oversight, further stating no education funding, including for special education, will be impacted by federal government's reduction in force. Rakedahl says he hopes that statement remains true.
There's no imminent danger right now to the money, but like keep that on the horizon. That could be a risk coming. We're going to continue to ask our legislators to don't lose any ground on your investments in supports for students with disabilities.
Frankie Thompson, Fox 13 News.
Well, staff in the Education Department's Office for Civil Rights were also laid off. They work to protect students with disabilities from discrimination. The offices affected by the layoffs include Seattle, Atlanta, and Washington, D.C.